What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Moderately Interesting Podcast, episode number 6.
Yes,
Okay,
6.
I literally just asked you. My name is Geoffrey, and this is...
I'm Angelea.
And we are engaged, and the topic for today is going to be just 2020 in general. It's been one heck of a year.
Yeah, it's been rough.
We got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. It truly has been a year. It's like one way to start off the new decade.
Yeah, true.
So in case you're living under a rock, right now we're pretty much dealing with the coronavirus. At least that's the most, recent thing that's been going on.
Right, yeah.
So how do you feel? I don't know. Let's jump right into it. How do you feel about it? Someone who's working in healthcare. Like, what do you think? What's your feelings? I don't know. What's your gauge on everything right now?
Well, I'm glad things are closing. I know a lot of people think it's like too early but it's a precaution. I mean, it's better to be overly cautious than to not have people, tons of people die.
Right.
Or get super sick to the point where like our healthcare system's overwhelmed. But of course, my work won't close.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that, and I'm not the most educated on the subject, but
yeah, neither. Like we do have a baseline understanding, but we're not like doctors. We're not like
we're not like researching it.
Yeah, we're not
spending all our time with it.
I mean, I did in the early stages of this, not like every day, but yeah. But go ahead.
Well, I just don't like that they're not like automatically testing healthcare workers. I think they should be.
As in, like, what do you mean?
Like, it's hard enough right now for people to get tested for it anyways, unless they've had like I think they said like direct contact with someone who's had it.
Yeah.
But I mean, healthcare workers see so many people every day. You know what I mean? You think at least as a baseline that they would
should
test, like nurses and doctors and stuff.
But how many times do you think they can get tested?
Who knows? I think I assume it's just like a flu swab.
Yeah, I mean that's what they said.
It's not like an invasive like tissue biopsy or anything. I mean, right? So.
But that's what I mean. But like, I know they're saying like at least like right now we don't have all the equipment to like do massive testing.
Right.
But like, that's the one thing.
But the fact that it's not even on anybody's radar to do that is really strange to me.
Yeah.
Like it's not something like if it gets this far, we'll start testing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I know because you said at your job they're doing some precautionary like.
Yeah, so like at my job we're gonna have like a clean room set up to just like test people. Like I mean not test people but to just like
assess.
Assess people who come in that are sick just to find out if they're just sick or if they've traveled out of the country, if they have respiratory symptoms on top of being sick, and to find out if the provider wants to see them or if they should reschedule, to make sure like it's documented that they came in for their appointment, that kind of thing. Like,
so how likely do you think it is that someone would actually come into your job? Like right now,
think it is. I don't work in a hospital. I work in an outpatient setting. Yeah. And it's not a primary care setting, so I doubt. Knock on wood, I hope.
If we get to that point, I feel like a lot of things have went wrong.
Right. Like if it gets way, way worse and people are just running in like, help me, you're a doctor, I need help. Maybe. Yeah. But
then it's like, I don't know if I have it or not. Yeah, that's when things. If we get to that point, then things have progressed. We have.
But I don't foresee.
Yeah.
Coming in contact with any patient. Yeah, I don't, but I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah. Yeah, like.
But it's good to know we have a plan in place.
Yes. And like even at my job, I know we were talking about it because a lot of us we could work from home. So I don't know, just depending like what would happen. Because I know like right now they're just trying to say everyone should just be more, socially distant, and like if we can, work from home or just try to. They're just at this moment in time, we're just trying to slow the spread of the virus if we can, you know what I mean? So it's not necessarily that you're going to die from it, but it's like just so it doesn't spread so fast that it overwhelms the healthcare system where like literally people will be going inside normal doctor's offices just to try to get a diagnosis or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So I feel even like my job, we're trying to like figure that out. So that's kind of interesting.
I think it's crazy though how like people are buying up toilet paper and
Yeah.
disinfectant wipes and hand soap. Like we had to actually get hand soap, I don't know, because we wash our hands.
Yeah.
And I was worried that we weren't going to be able to find any.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't understand. People must be stockpiling because
yeah, they just are.
Were people not using soap before?
Yeah, everyone's. I know it's so strange.
I guess people must be stockpiling, but it is what it is. It's just like what does happen when like we all run out of toilet paper because everybody's stockpiled toilet paper.
I know. That's the thing. Like, I mean, we have toilet paper, but it's like what happens like when we start getting low.
If
we're like,
it's
oh,
like
we're gonna have to go out
three
and
or
find
4
it.
weeks.
Yeah.
You know, without anything being able to be restocked.
I know. So.
It's like,
yeah. But like.
Or like disinfectant wipes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, and like now people are just like mass buying food, like stores.
Non-perishable food.
Yeah.
And it's good to be prepared, but I feel like it's contributing to the problem.
Yeah, because now it's gonna be so scarce that more and more people are like, oh, I gotta go out there and get it.
And people are gonna start acting crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like people are gonna start fighting in stores.
Yeah, well, people have been already.
Like, you know what I mean? Like knocking each other out for like
a thing of soup.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I understand being prepared, but I feel like people are panicking now.
Yeah.
And it's like we like legitimately, there's like no cases here yet.
In Buffalo, yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo yet. And it's like.
And of course, with how fast it's been spreading and how, I don't know, just how much more has happened recently. Like, I'm sure it will end up in Buffalo, but.
Yeah, naturally.
But it's like, we're not really setting ourselves up to do well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are going crazy.
Yeah.
I can only imagine, like, a bigger city, like, it's probably crazy.
Like New York City.
Yeah.
Which is crazy right now.
Yeah, I know. Like, they shut down, like Broadway and, like, everything's, like, shut down.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people is going to be affected by this. Like, financially, there's just, like, so many layers to this.
Yeah, like, all the sports teams are shut down. And...
Yeah. It's the sports teams, the workers, like, and E3 was canceled.
Right.
And it's just like, there's a lot.
My other job is at a college, and they all the SUNY colleges. I don't work for a SUNY college, but all the SUNY colleges decided to do distance learning for the rest of the semester. The college I work at is going to do distance learning for the rest of the semester, which is fine for me, but I can't imagine like all the nursing students that have clinical. They're not sure the plan for that.
Oh
yet.
yeah, what are they gonna do? Because like
you paid for the semester, you know what I mean? And
yeah, what are they gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, I'll let you know when I know, but
yeah,
they haven't come up with it yet. They're just pushing the spring break. They're like moving it back to like next week instead of in April.
Yeah.
And
sorry, that's just my dog jumping up.
And we're gonna see, you know, like what happens, but
yeah.
I can't imagine being a nursing student right now.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being a nursing student right now.
Okay, so what do you think? Yeah, no, because that's an interesting thing. Because for clinicals,
yeah, or even like a med student.
Yeah, that's kind of like in between like school, but it's also work. You know what I mean? It's kind of like in these type of situations, you would have to still go to work,
right?
But you're also a student right now. So like, what do they do?
I don't know.
That's kind of a weird situation.
I don't know what they're gonna do. Not sure.
They're
not sure either. I mean, I'm glad that they're doing something. They're not just like continue on as normal, but who knows?
Yeah. And I know even for me, like my other job, like we sell like equipment to other businesses and stuff like that. Like I know like we're doing a lot of marketing now around other businesses that want to like set up like work from home type of situations, like the distant I guess work and stuff like that. So like yeah, like there's a lot like people are actually doing that right now, which actually I mean that it's a good thing because you know if we can slow down the spread,
right,
you know these are certain things that like if you can work from home, maybe you know look into doing that, which I think is great. I hope my day job like we do that, that would be great. I can work from home literally every day. That would be great. I mean, tell you the truth, and like just to like not be around other people, you know what I mean?
It would be really cool if my job could do it too, but
yeah, I mean, but I know
there's
no
like
foreseeable
way,
right? Because you're much more like you're a nurse, so like I kind of have to be there.
Yeah.
I did hear like they were saying for some doctor's appointments they were going to do it virtually.
Well, maybe.
I guess for like older people, I don't know how they would do that. Yeah, great. Yeah, that's a little bit different for you, but like I don't know exactly how they would. I guess if it's for like just a checkup or somehow. I did see stuff like that, like a more like virtual, just like like the doctor's like there, like just talking to them, like checking you out. I'm not sure how that fully works. It depends. Obviously, it would depend on what you're going for the doctor's appointment for, right? But that's kind of cool. But like, hey, what about like dentist offices and stuff like that? What are they gonna do?
I don't know.
There's like so many questions, and
because
like,
you think they'd be really affected because if it's a really respiratory virus,
in someone's mouth, you're like,
you're in someone's mouth forever. They wear masks,
but like,
they wear gloves, but still,
we don't know.
Yeah.
And like once again, it's like not necessarily you're gonna die or get super sick, but we want to slow down the spread. So
because there are people that can die from it. People who are immunocompromised, people who are old, super young. The reasons you should be getting vaccinated, but we're not going to talk about that. Now it's not the time or the place. I got a lot to say on that subject.
Yeah,
but you just want to make sure you can stay as healthy as you can, so you don't infect anybody.
Yeah. So there's a lot. Like legitimately, our stock market is just going crazy right now. So it's a lot to worry about. But
my 401k is down 20%.
Yeah, like things are looking not great, but I mean, I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see the effects of this for the next couple months, if not the rest of the year.
It's just a very bizarre thing to live through.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of that was kind of comparable was like Y2K.
Yeah.
The turn of the millennium.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh my God, like our computers aren't going to work. We need to buy water.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like anything like this.
Yeah. If I can say a quick side note on that. Back in college, one of my professors, he actually worked for one of the banks here. And he was saying like during that time, because he was a programmer, he was saying like legitimately for them, they did foresee this problem coming up, like within the actual code, but they were patching it and fixing it like before before the turn of the century.
Oh,
so
that's good.
Yeah, so like legitimately, yeah, no, it was. I thought that was really interesting. Like when he was talking to us about that, he was just like, yeah, that was an actual like thing.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just completely like made up, but it was like, yeah, that was an actual thing, but they like fixed it before the turn of the century.
Right.
But I don't know. But everyone still we thought like I don't know.
We just didn't know it was going to happen.
Yeah.
We didn't know if we were going to have technology anymore.
Yeah, no, everyone.
Which doesn't really make any sense.
Everyone thought everything is going to just shut off.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah. But I mean, whatever. It was technology wasn't what it is today.
Right. People thought like ATMs were just going to start shooting out money.
That would have been great, honestly. I mean, I was 7. I didn't have a care in the world. Whatever. But
like, I don't understand how that would just happen.
Yeah.
But then again, like once, like I mean, I guess if even if granted, I don't know how it was structured, but like even if the banks like reset like at year 0 or year 1, why would the ATM start shooting out money?
Right.
I don't understand. Yeah. Like
I remember, like my dad got big, giant, huge jugs of water, like the big like office cooler. Ones, just to make sure we had water, which I guess whatever, we did have them for like years and years and years after that, just because we're like, what are we gonna do with these? So we just put them in a corner.
Yeah, I remember my sister, she felt like because we went to church that night for like to bring in the New Year's. That's a whole nother thing. But I remember, before we left, she filled up the bathtub with water.
So you could drink tub water.
I know.
I mean, in an emergency, whatever, but...
Yeah, but just in case. I remember, like...
You don't think she would fill up water bottles or something?
No, I think
no, we're drinking out of the tub.
I think we did have water bottles, too, but I remember she was just like, I'm going to turn on the bathtub as well. Filled it out with, like, water.
Ew.
Yeah, that was a rough time. So this kind of feels like that a little bit. Like it feels.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that wasn't because of a sickness, but
right.
It was like a kind of unknown.
Yeah.
What was gonna happen? We didn't know like what we'd be left with and stuff.
Yeah, and I feel like this is much more of an unknown. Like we're not fully sure. We have a good understanding of.
Yeah.
Things could go bad, like how things have gone bad inside Italy right now,
Right.
or inside China, we're trying to prevent it.
I saw this statistic, and it might be totally false, but it was like there's only, I don't even know, something like 100,000 ventilators in the United States.
So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I do remember saying like, legitimately, if it gets out of hand,
Yeah.
we don't have enough.
We don't have enough ventilators
or even beds
for the people that would need ventilators if they got that sick.
Yeah. Even though
which is scary.
I did see a statistic just yesterday. It was showing that like per like people, there are actually more doctors per like people in Italy than we have here.
Really?
Which seems to be interesting, but like they're like still having problems like keeping up. But also they said that but their average citizen is slightly older.
Oh. Wow.
So I don't know, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, granted though, like there's like once again, don't quote me on this, but I did just see this yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I haven't really done any research
Yeah.
because like the way I look at it, like it's whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. I just have to make sure like I keep myself safe. I keep my patients safe. Like I don't bring anything home. Like I'm absolutely, if I ever have to assess anybody at work, I will absolutely like have a change of clothes in my car so I can just bag that stuff up because I think, don't quote me, I'm pretty sure the virus can live for like 90 minutes on surfaces. Jeez. So I'm definitely gonna like if that stuff does happen at work, I'm gonna change and like bag everything up and not even like bring it home into the house.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. 'Cause I remember actually like a couple months ago in like December, I believe. It's like at my job, sometimes I'm like just looking at like news articles, and I remember when like they first started talking about this, and like yeah, like this virus in China, and I remember like seeing it. I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. What's going on?
Yeah, and like they were talking about how none of the doctors could sleep because it was spreading so fast. And,
yeah,
like, that one doctor like fell on his face and like broke all his front teeth because
yeah,
he was so exhausted. Like
yeah, but like
here.
the moment like when they were like, oh, we're building another hospital like specifically for this, that's when it was like, oh, this is getting kind of serious.
Yeah, like, this is actually
because at first the numbers weren't fully out, like how many people were infected and stuff like that. I think obviously they were trying to.
But we do have to remember, like, people aren't getting tested, so those numbers aren't accurate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could be much more
one way
infected.
Or the other. There could be way more infected people. There could be way less infected people. You know what I mean? So you kind of have to take those numbers with a grain of salt. Like,
yeah.
I think I read something today that said there was a 2.5% mortality rate of the virus, which, like, you don't know if that's true because, you know,
it could be much. Yeah, it could be only the people that are getting tested are like the people that are affected the most. It could be people who could legitimately have it, and they have such mild symptoms, like they don't think that they're even sick. Like they don't you know what I mean? Like they don't even know that this is it. So like we could only be testing the percentage of people that are like actually like.
Right. So it could be way less common. It could be way more common, but like that kind of just speaks to the fact that like me personally, like I can't worry about it. You know what I mean? Like I've been in rooms with patients with all kinds of different like contagious ailments. You know what I mean? That are just that the flu, you know, like TB, anything.
Yeah.
So I can't really like make myself sick worrying about it.
Right.
And I get it for like the general public who isn't exposed to sick people and doesn't, you know what I mean, doesn't know what to do in that kind of situation. But like for me, it's just like all I can do is make sure like I'm always wearing gloves at work. I'm always washing my hands, but those are things nurses do anyways. So I just, you know, because when you're always exposed to high risk patients, like you kind of just get used to it. You remember like, oh, the last thing I haven't washed my hands since I touched this and this. Like those are things that I've gotten very used to. So for me, it doesn't feel like that big of a change. Mm-hmm. It's just continuing to be careful when I'm outside of work. You know what I mean? Like we haven't gone to the grocery store yet since everything like blew up because apparently they're empty, but like I would have to like, okay, like I'm going to bring hand sanitizer with me. I'm going to, you know, like hand sanitize before and after when I get home, wash my hands. But I still do that stuff anyway. So
it's just like now we're trying to do it more because like, once again, it's not necessarily if we get sick, we'll die, but like we don't want to pass it on to someone else.
Right. Like Like, we take care of my grandma. She's 96.
Yeah.
You know, so
Stuff like
we
that.
don't want her to get sick.
Yeah. You know, or nieces and nephews or just whoever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Or even if I can get sick, pass on to someone else at my job and they have a kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we're all, I feel like this is a good thing because we're all trying to be more conscious of each other and being like, if we can just, you know, take a step back, slow things down, try to, like, minimize the spread of this. Because I feel like the big thing is, we don't have a immunity to it right now. Because this is, like, new.
Right.
So we don't really have immunity, so we don't, you know, we don't really know. And, like, the unknown, it's, like, the more of the unknown. Like, the normal flu, it's, like, yeah,
which,
a lot of people die.
To be fair, like, I had the flu twice this year.
Yeah.
I think you probably had it once.
I don't know.
But I definitely had it twice. And, like...
Oh, I did. Around Christmas. You know, a lot of people got...
Yeah,
like, a lot of people at my job, we were all sick. I remember, like, when I got back from work, even, like, my boss was telling me, like, yeah, over Christmas break, he was just dead. We were both just,
we didn't do anything for Christmas.
Like,
we were so sick.
On Christmas Day, we went to my parents' house. We were just sitting on the couch.
We were asleep on their couch.
We were just sitting on the couch. Just,
while
like,
all the kids were opening their presents.
Yeah. And
all the kids were sick, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, you know, so we understand we don't want the same thing to happen with this because this is much more of unknown.
Right.
Like, we have, like, some immunity to it, like, right, you know, like the normal flu, and, like, we can fight it off. Just like this is just like, you know, some people will, some people won't. We don't know the long-term effects and, like, just the actual, like, care to take care of people, like, if they get sick. You know what I mean?
And apparently you can get reinfected with it, which is kind of scary.
Yeah. You know, I did just see a thing. It was saying that they officially said that dogs can't get it, and it was like a funny meme. It was just like who let the dogs out, and it was like that's kind of funny.
Everyone's seen it.
Oh well, I don't know if I'm dating this podcast. This is being filmed on what day is this? The 14th.
Yeah, today's March 14th, 2020.
Yes.
So we're not even 3 months through 2020 right now.
Yeah.
And all this stuff has happened.
Yeah.
What else has happened?
We almost went to World War III.
Yeah.
Kobe, R.I.P. Man, that was a tough one for me. Can I just say on a quick side note, even going back to the coronavirus too, because I feel like a lot of stuff doesn't seem like it's like real until like someone that you know or some, you know what I mean, you have some personal connection.
Yeah.
And like even like with Kobe, you know, died in the helicopter crash, it was just like, whoa, that even made me think like, holy crap, this could happen to anyone. It's happened to me, you know what I mean? And I felt, and that was like one of the first like real celebrity, like, I love Prince, but I feel like with that death, it was a little bit different because there was, some of it was partially self-inflicted, you know what I mean? With Kobe, it was just a tragedy.
Yeah, and his daughter as well, like. Yeah,
and even when I was talking to my friend about it, I remember like when we first found out the news about Kobe Bryant, we were in the car. I was like, my sister.
I remember you looked at your phone and you're like, that's not real.
I know.
And then you started looking up and you're like, oh wait.
Then I was like, oh no, this is real.
But there's so much misinformation around it. Yeah. Like all of his daughters and his wife was on the plane.
Yeah, we were just like, what's true? What's going on? But I do remember when it first happened though, like my first thing, I was just like, oh, the women's game. Because I was just like, I remember he was doing so much for WNBA. Then once he found out his daughter was on the plane, I was like, oh my Lord.
I know, I can't even imagine.
So it was just, that was a lot. Like for me, that was like the first like celebrity death where I was just like, oh, that actually felt like someone I knew, even like obviously it didn't.
But I feel like a lot of people felt like that.
Yeah.
With him.
Yes.
Because he was such like an influential person, like in and out of basketball.
Yes.
That like everyone just felt like they lost a family member, kind of, or somebody they looked up to, because so many people looked up to him for like one reason or another.
Yeah. So that was just like, man, from Kobe, and then like everything that was going on with us in like Iran, it was just like, you know, I mean that was more of like, no one, I don't think anyone really thought anything crazy was gonna really happen. But like there was a little bit concerned. I mean, all the memes about World War III and like being drafted and stuff like that. That was kind of funny, but you know, it was still a thing that happened.
Hold on, keep talking. I'm gonna look up a meme. Like, okay, there've been a bunch of memes like this happened, this happened, this happened. I'm gonna try to find one.
Okay, yeah. So basically, there's just been a ton of stuff that's been going on inside 2020, and like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared for next month. Like, what's gonna happen
I
next?
know, like,
Like,
is
it's gonna be.
this ever gonna like let up?
I know, like aliens come next. Like, geez, man. Like, what's going on? But I don't know. I still think this year can turn around for the better. I think like there can still be some positive stuff from this. Us as like a general like people are becoming much more, you know, conscious of each other and like trying to like not infect each other and just be more social aware. Like, okay, cool. Like, uh, what should we be doing in these situations?
Right.
But the one thing I was gonna say though, with like washing our hands and stuff. Oh wait, no, actually no. Just going back to the coronavirus with the NBA player. When what happened with Rudy Gobert with the Utah Jazz, that's I feel like that was a big eye-opening moment for a lot of people because even him himself, he didn't think he was sick. Like I remember he said he was running a fever and like he was joking around and like touching the microphones just like as a joke.
Right.
And then it turns out he tested positive for it. And like it's just been like for me, I feel like that was a big eye-opening thing for like a lot of people. They're just like, oh, this is like legit. People can get sick, and he passed it on to his other teammate. He passed it on to some other kid who got an autograph from him.
Ugh,
Well, that's what
terrible.
I know. That's why I feel like they had to do the right thing and cancel the sporting events, especially for like NBA. I feel like because they're much like NBA players, they go around anywhere, very recognizable. Especially because the NBA they like push their players, so like they're like very forefront and
Right.
like people go up to them all the time to get autographs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they're traveling city to city, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like all it takes is one player to get sick, and then like legitimate, even like when it's just like the normal flu or anything like that. Like usually it runs through like different teams because you're sweating and with each other. How many hours a day, how many weeks, days out the week. So like that would be just devastating. And even like them canceling the NCAA tournament, which I think that they should have done that. Even my basketball league, which is local here, they canceled that, which I feel like we should for right now, just because it's
right.
There's just so much stuff going on. We want to just take care of each other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder how long it'll last though. Like I wonder how long everybody like being more aware of what they're doing and like it doesn't really seem to me like people are like banding together though, which is really sad.
Yeah, people are. If anything, people are like, let me grab as much food as I possibly can for myself.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of that sucks, but
yeah, because I mean, in theory, if it does get worse and people are like, and we can't like leave our houses and stuff like that, like,
I'll still be leaving probably.
Yeah, only the top priority people. Like, a lot of businesses will be affected just because like our economy, we're capitalists. Like people need to spend money. So like,
right.
I feel bad for restaurant owners, like local businesses, just like the people working like at the games and like that type of stuff, because like they're gonna be affected, and like we're all gonna be affected.
Right.
You know
like,
what I mean?
The world doesn't stop. Like your bills don't stop.
Yeah. And it's going to be kind of like, so if it does get out of hand, there could be some repercussions. Just no, it's not going to like. Yes, it's going to be repercussions. Not like if, but when. So there's just a lot of stuff.
I hope the stock market like bounces back. Like I hope we don't go into like a full blown recession again. And
yeah,
because I feel like we've gone through a lot with the stock market, and we're only in our 20s.
Yeah,
you know,
it's this has been one heck of a year. Like seriously, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I'm like,
well, what else?
I don't know. What else has happened this year?
I don't know. I feel like we got to talk about Kobe a little bit more. Like we just breezed through that.
Kobe. Even David Stern, the old commissioner of the NBA. I mean, even though for that it was a little bit less tragic because he was very old. Kobe was just like, man, I know. For him, it was just like he was just getting started with his entrepreneurship and doing all this other stuff. And like the cool thing about Kobe, like him, love him, whatever, he was a very interesting guy.
Yeah.
The fact that he spoke different languages. His dad was an NBA player. He grew up inside Italy. Spoke multiple languages, obviously. Yeah, he even was learning Mandarin. That's a
Mandarin.
Mandarin. I would say Mandarin. I don't know why. Mandarin. Um, yeah, and even like when Luka Doncic was playing, he's from. I don't know actually.
I don't know.
Some
You're looking at the wrong person. I
yeah,
have no idea.
I don't know, but whatever. But he was like trash talking him while he was on the sideline in his native language. And Luka Doncic like looked over like,
Like, is that respectful or
yeah,
disrespectful?
no,
I'm
but
not
he
sure.
didn't know who said it. He was looking like who in the world, and then he saw Kobe. It was Kobe sitting next to his daughter in the front row of the game, and he was like, oh, it's Kobe. Yeah, yeah. So I think Kobe, that was pretty cool, and like he built that whole academy, like legitimately like his daughter, and like he did like all the basketball tournaments. He was coaching her, and like he opened it up to other athletes as well, like not just like his daughter. Like even like there's some football players and people would just come there of a lot of different like just athletes, and he was really pushing the women's game and like just doing a lot. Like he legitimately like someone who was like like whatever, like him, love him, whatever. But like what he was doing at this point in time in his life was like generally it was good.
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff he was doing. Like he was just like after retirement, he was just like, I'm gonna just live my life. I'm gonna be like I was he was a coach dad. You know what I mean? And like legitimately for him to go that way, like just taking his daughter back to the academy to do basketball. He was about to
and she was like he would say stuff like, like she's so much better than I was at her age.
Yeah.
Like she's really gonna be great.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking.
Yes.
She'll never be able to live up to her potential.
Yeah, and like even like his wife and his other kids.
Yeah.
It's just like, dang. So like that was just like, man.
I know, it was just like one of the saddest things I think.
I know, it was just like
I've ever.
It was because it wasn't like, you know what I mean. Even though you never see anyone die, but someone like die in like another way where it's just like
somebody who literally has it all is like a household name, an international star.
Yeah. It's just.
But I will say, like the memes.
What memes?
Were really funny of people being like Kobe, and then they're like,
oh.
It's like, yeah, that's like how much of a household name he was. Like people would throw garbage in a garbage can.
I know, like,
and go
crazy.
Kobe.
Like I don't think, like that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Like that has been
totally
like synonymous.
Transcends like
yeah, you just like
sports and everything.
Yeah, you shoot like a thing into the garbage. Say Kobe. People realize like it was just Kobe.
Like that's how far-reaching his impact was. Like every shit little kid that was my age did that.
Yeah, and like not just here in America. Like that was like all over the world. People were like upset.
Yeah.
Especially because like the NBA is a much more like international game now. People were just like upset like all over the place. So that definitely sucked. I mean, yeah, for me that was like one of the first like real celebrity deaths where it was just like, wow. Like we could legitimately die,
right?
And it was just sad.
I think that was one of the things that pushed us to actually start the podcast, though.
Yeah,
because we were like, "Fuck it, if Kobe can die, like we might as well do what we've been talking about forever."
Yeah, really, and that's kind of crazy. I mean, so like some good came out of it. I mean, not really.
That's it.
Oh God, I don't know.
What else? What were your goals for 2020? Like when it started, what did you want to personally accomplish?
For me, honestly, a lot of it was like it was much more for like my other channel. I had goals to like do more and like get to a certain subscriber amount and like do more videos and stuff like that. Which I do feel like I'm on my way of getting there. I'm still trying to get set in that, but then like also obviously just other things like I don't know, just the norm, like be a better person, like random other stuff. But like what about you though?
I don't know, I wanted to get out of debt, pay off all my debt, which I'm pretty close to doing that, but
student loans and stuff.
I wanted to like get through the program I'm in, because I'll be graduating May 2021, so the bulk of the program is in 2020.
Yeah.
What else do I want to do?
I don't know. I know it's crazy because I literally have all this stuff.
I did not expect
Yeah,
all of
everything to
this.
happen like this. And I'm not big on like New Year's resolutions, but I do
Right.
like to set goals still. And it's crazy because like I wrote down a lot of stuff. I used to I carry a journal around with me, and I wrote down like a lot of like my goals, what I want to do this year, and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do feel like for the most part, we are like, at least for me, I'm like my stuff that I wanted to do, I am tackling.
Yeah.
Even
Same.
though I just feel like with just everything that's been going on, it's been like a lot. But you can't
Yeah, there have been
don't
a
let that be
lot.
your excuse.
Yeah, there have been a lot of moments this year that have been like eye opening that make you just like stop and be like, you know what, there are more important things than like working nonstop,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like not ever having any time for yourself. Like this year, the beginning of this year has definitely at least showed me like take time to relax
Yeah.
because like there's a freaking pandemic, you
Yeah.
know, and like Kobe Bryant is dead.
Yes. And just anything can happen to
Yeah,
any of
anything
us.
can happen at any time. It's been like a very anything can happen kind of year.
Yeah. The one thing I did actually have, like speaking of that though, I did want to this year get back into gaming a lot more.
Me too. And I feel like I did.
Yeah.
A little.
A little. Like I did. I mean,
Getting there.
yeah, I still love games. I listen to like video game podcasts all the time. I still play. I just like it is just a lot more commitment to like sit down and play like a 60-hour game. It's just like, wow, it's a long time.
Yeah.
So I feel like now I'm trying to pick up like smaller games and stuff like that. I'm just trying to clean up or like go back after stuff that I didn't play already.
Yeah.
And just like, if I can play it. Yeah, I don't know, but just with that, but still like enjoy life.
Yeah, like this
Still
year
enjoy life.
I wanted to like get a personal trainer in the second half of the year and like start playing with makeup more. Just like things that are for me.
Yeah.
And like, soaking my feet or like wearing a face mask, just like small little things that I can do for myself.
Yeah.
Because like I've been going at like full speed nonstop for a couple of years now and it's getting real old. So I wanted to like make myself a priority this year and I feel like I have.
That's good.
Like I definitely like take breaks when I need it instead of like, like killing myself with everything. And I like at the end of the day, like I accept that it's okay if I haven't gotten everything done. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like I'll work on it, like I don't have to finish everything in one day. And so I feel like I've really been trying to do that, like manage my anxiety about things.
Yeah. I feel like, even though I do feel like I've been trying so hard with like just all of this stuff, doing everything like this. I feel like for me though, I've been trying to like release, you know what I mean, like release some of like, how do I say this? To like not always have to feel like I have to do it. You know what I mean? Or like certain things just being like, oh, if I can't do something, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like even for like this stuff, how I'm just like, you know what, if you can go ahead and do like the social media, do all that type of stuff, because it's just like, I don't know, just, you know what I mean?
Like say no to things.
Yes. Just like, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah. Like this is my limit.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yes. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're both produce literally
so
much stuff.
Very, very like we always work more than one job. We're always doing more than one thing.
Yeah.
We always have like 5,000 side hustles. Like
yes. Like legitimately, like this morning I went to sleep at 8:00 in the morning. I was up on the computer. I was trying to edit another video and then like I just didn't like the way it was turning out. I literally like deleted it. As you can see, that's what I was partially doing. I just deleted it after like an hour or so of just editing, and it's just. But speaking of that, though, the podcast is up on Spotify.
Yes.
I think iTunes soon. We are going to be uploading.
We're working on it.
Yes. So that's what I was doing last night too. We still got to go through and do some promotional pictures and stuff like that. So we are.
But we did make a Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Right. That's it. Yeah. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the podcast.
Yes. So you can find us, check us out there. Spotify, like I just said. Hopefully iTunes soon.
But we'll keep you guys updated on that stuff.
I don't know.
Because I know a lot of people have reached out and been like, I want to listen, but like I literally can't like watch a video for an hour like while I'm at work or like while I'm driving. Like
Yes.
so I'm glad we're getting it up on other things. We just wanted to get a couple episodes up first before we start doing that.
Yeah,
stuff.
to upload them to there.
Yeah.
I mean, but the schedule's kind of been like weird. It's been like
It's been weird.
We've been going. It's been like it's less than once a week. It's like one every week in 3 days. We've been doing busy right now. So, but we're going to get it back.
Yeah, we'll get it back there. We've just been
once
working
a week.
on a lot.
Yeah, we're just doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah.
We will. I don't know. Trying to get everything situated.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we can end it here. Do you have any other like crazy things about 2020?
I don't know. 2020 is my first full year as a nurse, and it's been really hard.
Yeah.
Really, really hard.
Yeah.
I've been learning a lot and learning, how to work with people who are hard to work with.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's that whole thing that nurses eat their young, and that's totally true, even if, like, it's not they're young and you're the same age. And so, I mean, it's been a lot.
That's a weird expression.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
Yeah.
I don't know. It has not been an easy year at all. I mean, luckily, like, our families are great, healthy. Nothing, like, terribly catastrophic has happened. But yeah. It's definitely been, like, a very trying year.
Yeah. It has been. It's been one heck of a year, man. It's been one heck of a year.
Yeah, it has. A lot of growth, like a lot of growing pains, at least for me.
Yeah.
With work and everything. And hopefully it'll get better, like I'll get there eventually. It's just being a nurse is hard.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like this is definitely.
Yeah, but this has been.
I'm glad we started this year and.
Yeah, it's another creative outlet.
Yeah.
To just kind of get.
It's nice to do something creative.
Mm-hmm.
It has definitely helped. Like I look forward to doing this, and I don't look forward to much else. So.
Yeah. Even though it is.
It is work, but at least it's like something for us.
Yes.
Instead of us working for someone else.
Yeah. It's all I know. It is always still like just a grind to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, oh, it's another thing got to do.
Yeah.
Edit the video, get the audio feed, and make sure we get it up, and do this and that, and like post.
Set up all the lights.
Set up the lights, set the cameras, and everything else. It is, but it's fun.
Yeah.
We're doing it together at least.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah, it's something that forces us to like do something together.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I mean, not that we don't, but you know what I mean? It's like something like you could be on your laptop working on like your YouTube channel and I'll be like, working on, I don't know, stuff for my students and stuff. And then this makes us like actually sit down and like do something productive together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice. There have been a lot of good things in 2022, though.
Like what?
I don't know. Like, we're good.
Yes.
Our dogs are great.
Yes, except the one he's going to the vet.
Yeah. He has a skin condition, we think. So it's getting taken care of. Yeah. We're fortunate enough to be able to get him taken care of, so.
Yeah, these
vets aren't cheap.
Yeah. I could not imagine having like a newborn baby and like a dog. Like more than one dog.
No way.
Yeah. Side note, we should really do a topic about the dogs.
We should. We should show them to you guys.
Yeah.
In case you don't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Because they're cuties. I don't know what they're doing right now, but they're cute. Should.
I am in the process of filming a behind the scenes, quote unquote. I don't really know what it's going to be. It'll be, so if you see a random video go up on the channel, that's what that's going to be. It'll be something a little different.
Yeah.
Because
like our setup. Our super professional setup we got.
Yeah, it's just something, I don't know. Because like we said, the podcast is the main thing for the channel, but we're also going to do whatever, smaller other things will go up on the channel. But the podcast feed will be on Spotify, iTunes, and a couple other places as well soon. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to say? Or?
I don't think so. I think that's it.
I guess that's
This is a short one.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that short. It's still It's a pretty decent amount of time. So this has been episode number
6.
6?
Yes.
Yes, 6. I always forget the number. I need to write it down before I start. So this has been the Moderately Interesting Podcast. I changed the YouTube channel is now called the Moderately Interesting Podcast.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we had a placeholder named just Angelea and Geoffrey until we figured out what we were gonna call it. I just did it last night. Did a lot of small little things to the channel and stuff like that. But yeah. So once again, this has been the Moderately Interesting Podcast, episode number 6.
Yes.
My name is Geoffrey.
I'm Angelea.
You can find me Instagram, YouTube, OmegaGreed.
I'm pandacoww on everything. Everything will be in the description though.
And you'll see the things on the screen.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Go follow and all of the pages we made for the podcast.
Yes. Those links will be down below. I need to add that stuff too.
Yes.
Make sure I don't forget to do that. And yes, so this has been episode number 6. Episode number 7 should be a good one. The next one, we'll see what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we might have another guest.
Might not. We're gonna see.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make that promise. Yeah, but it's a maybe.
Yeah. So like that, guys. We'll see you next week. And yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.